Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, obviously Senator Toomey will be to the floor to speak to his amendment, but to follow on the senator from Illinois' comments, he was referring to pet coke. Senator Toomey, in his amendment here, is attempting to deal with a situation in specific parts of the country that are impacted by coal refuse. And coal refuse is as it is defined in his legislation, effectively comes about from some centuries old 19th century mining operations that left behind this coal refuse in certain parts of the coal mining regions around the country, and they remain a legacy problem that is acknowledged. A legacy problem that creates environmental issues, including contamination of local streams with heavy metals, acid mine drainage, again, something that I think we all recognize there is a responsibility to address. And I think the good news is that there is a solution for cleaning up this problem. Coal refuse power plants take this coal in these waste piles and they turn them into energy and heat for consumers, for businesses. They follow EPA regulations. This is not a situation where you're bypassing EPA regs when it comes to the emissions issues. But by remediating these mine sites, by removing these waste piles, and at the same time generating electricity with the coal and applying the basic ash from the process reclaims the land at a lower cost. So you're able to do things, you're able to do several things at the same time. You're dealing with an environmental issue that has been in place for far too long. You are generating electricity that can be used to the benefit of consumers and businesses. And you're also able to reclaim the land. So it is viewed clearly as a win here. It also creates some jobs, it improves the environment, it boosts economic growth. Burning these coal waste piles is basically a carbon neutral process because the carbon in these piles is currently being emitted into the atmosphere through the slow chemical process that is at play there. And you also have fires that burn within these piles. So just sitting there is not an answer to a better environment and reduced emissions. The plants that burn this waste coal cannot economically be as clean as plants using higher quality coal. But the side benefits of removing these waste piles, again, from the perspective of dealing with emissions, generating electricity, and reclaiming the land, the benefits do compensate for the differences that are out there. Historically, environmental regulators have recognized these benefits. They've carved out the plants from regulatory standards that would cause them to shut down. There have been EPA regs recently that have failed to sustain this approach, and thus the amendment by the senator from Pennsylvania that would allow these coal waste plants to run. I would encourage my colleagues to look at this amendment in front of us and consider the merits as Senator Toomey has laid out.